Good morning everyone. Welcome you all.
Student, again we are going to revise chapter 1. The half part is remained of chapter 1 for revision. Your first question is, we are going to revise with question. In that way we are able to do questions also, and we will revise the topic also. Okay, so what are the different types of computer? Name the different types of computers. What are the different types of computers? I hope all of you have learned this. Different types of computer are what? These are microcomputer. Microcomputer. First computer is your microcomputer. Okay, computer. Okay, microcomputer. And you know what are the different type of microcomputer are there? Microcomputer are of also different type. Okay, if you are able to see in your screen, this is your microcomputer. Mostly in schools, in offices, the microcomputer is used, and your home also you use the microcomputer. Okay, it have less processing speed than other computer systems. Okay, it is quite more enough for us, but as compared to the other work purpose, just like for the scientific purpose, for the big organization purpose, the other system computer, other types of computer are used. Okay, but for single use and for school purpose only, for student purpose, it is enough. Okay, enough good and more than good. Okay, so desktop computer. Desktop computer comes under microcomputer. Okay, your laptops. Okay, laptops. Okay, and laptops and handheld device. Okay, handheld device. Okay, जो आपके handheld devices होते हैं, जैसे कि आपका tab हो गया. Okay, so tab is your handheld device. So these are the types of microcomputers. Okay, now next type of computer is your, and what about the microcomputer? What is the main feature of microcomputer? Microcomputer is small in size, okay, and it costs less. Okay, easily it can be afforded by common people. Okay, and it is also in a small size. Okay, like handheld device is very small. It can be also in small size. Okay, and it is a personal. It is designed basically for personal use. Okay, it is basically designed for personal use. Therefore, they are also called personal computer. These microcomputers are also called personal computers. Okay, they are mainly used in homes, in schools, in offices, and in your banks. Okay, for single use, like single employees using single computer. So this type of in this type of situation, it is good. Okay, now next is your mini computer. Okay, mini computer. These are more powerful than these microcomputer. Okay, where we use these mini computer? We use these mini computers in banks for larger networking purpose. Okay, and in universities, big university, when thousands of computers are connected together, their server is based on mini computer. Okay, if we are talking about the computer, so we are talking about the CPU. Okay, you know that very well. Okay, the processing speed of the CPU is more in mini computer. Okay, mini type of computer. Clear to everyone? Okay, and it has the higher processing speed, and it is more costlier than this microcomputer. Of course, it will be costlier because its processing speed is higher than your microcomputer. Okay, and several users can use it at same time. This is for single user. Mainly, this is designed for single user, and this can be used by the several users at one time. Okay, several users. That's why it is used for networking purpose. In universities, so many computers are connected with each other, then their computer system, their CPU will be of mini type of computer. Okay, mini type of CPU. Okay, its type is mini. Okay, name of the type. Okay, so I told you where we can use it. Okay, next is your mainframe computer. We are going to learn it later on also. So mainframe computer. So of course this one is more powerful than mini computer, of course, and of course it will use in big organization. Okay, and it is basically used for what? Used for networking purpose, for saving more data, large space it contain in it. Okay, so it is a powerful computer. Mainframe computer is also a very good powerful computer. Okay, so we will learn more detail later on. Right now we have the question, name the different type of computer. And the last but not the least, it's a super computer. Okay, super से भी ऊपर, it means सबसे बड़ा computer, super computer. And super computer means सबसे बड़ा computer. Okay, super computer. And your supercomputer, what is the name of the supercomputer of India? The first supercomputer of India is Param. Okay, student, what it is? Param. And supercomputer, of course, it is more powerful than these all computers. Okay, so I hope this question is clear to everyone. The different types of computer is done. Okay, let's do the next question. Okay, let's do the next question. So we are going to write the full forms. First is Lisp. Before writing the full form, let's learn about the Lisp. What is Lisp? Lisp is a language actually. Okay, it is a computer language, and it is the first computer language for writing artificial intelligence program. Okay, you know that in today's world, in the software industry, the work is focused on artificial intelligence. Okay, just like artificial intelligence is used in robotics, in machines. Okay, it is used in machines, and that type of language is little bit different. It is logical, more logical. Okay, and this is the first language that is designed to write the programs of artificial language. This is the first program. This is the first language of writing artificial programming, for writing artificial intelligence programming. Let's write the full form of this language. Locator, identifier, okay, identifier, separation, okay, wait a minute, separation, okay, separation, protocol, okay, protocol, okay student, separation protocol. And it was created by whom? A language जिसने create की, who was that scientist? Who created this language? Who created this language? This language is created by John. ये भी आपको learn रखना है बेटा. You have to remember this. Okay, who created this language? John McCarthy. Okay, McCarthy. Okay, John McCarthy. John McCarthy was the software developer who created this language, the language of artificial intelligence, the language of artificial intelligence. So it is clear to you everyone, I think. Okay, next is full form of HLL. So what is the full form of HLL? It's very easy. What is the full form of HLL? High level language. High level language. And what are the example of high level language? C++, C++, Java, Basic. These are all high level language. And why these are called high level language? These are called high level language because they are just written like your English language. Okay, and they are most important reason why they are called high level language. They are machine independent language. It means if you will create a program in this language in this computer, of course if you will run this program if you will run the program that is created in this language will also run in other computer. Okay, it means it is machine independent language. Okay, it is machine independent language, and that is the main reason your high level language generated, because your low level languages are machine dependent language, low level language. Okay, language. These are machine dependent language, and these are machine independent. Okay, these are machine independent language. These are machine independent and these are dependent. In low level language, just like in machine language, language, whenever you created the program, you are not able to run that program in other computer. If you are creating program in this computer, it will run in this computer only. If you are creating your program in other computer, it will run in that computer only, it will not run here. So this is the main drawback of low level language that is solved in high level language. Okay, where it is machine independent, it means you are making program anywhere. So all of you learned about high level language. HL means high level language. And LL means low level language. Okay, language. Fine. Okay. Now we will learn about NRCPC. Okay. So what is the full form of NRCPC? NRCPC is a China's company. Okay, it is a China's computer company. Okay, so it is a computer research center of your China. So what is its full form? National Research Center of parallel okay, computer engineering. Okay, engineering. Okay, so it is written in your book also, you will write from your book. Okay, it is a research institution, just like your ISRO. Okay, ISRO is also a research institution. Okay, DRDO, this is also a research institution of India. So similarly, it is an institution of China. Okay, student. So now next is, what is the full form of 4GL? Is fourth generation language. Okay, it's fourth generation language. So what is the feature of fourth generation language? It is operating independent. Okay, it is operating system independent. Okay, your high level language is your machine independent. Low level language is machine dependent. When low level language having the feature of machine dependency, so that's why your high level language is generated. It is emerged. Okay, and then again there are operating system also, different operating system are also, just like your Unix and your Windows. So if you will create a program for in high level language for your Windows, then it will not run on Unix, it will not run on other operating system. Okay, but in 4GL language, if you will create a program in 4GL language, it is operating system independent. It means it will run in any platform, it will run in any operating system. Okay, so this is the power of 4th generation language. This is the use of 4th generation language. Okay student, now what are the main feature of mainframe computer? What are the main feature of this mainframe computer? Okay, we are going to learn about what are the main feature of mainframe computer. Okay, what are the features of mainframe computer? So what are its features? Mainframe computers are very powerful. Okay, they are also very powerful. Okay, they are not powerful like supercomputer. Supercomputer are most powerful, but they are also more powerful, very powerful. They are big in size. Okay, one point is what? They are big in size. They are big in size. Big in size. Okay, they are big in size. Okay, and big in size, but size with large memory space and high processing speed. Okay, so what is the feature? They are big in size with large memory space and high processing speed. Processing speed भी बहुत high होती है इनकी. Okay, they are designed to tackle huge amount of data, and they are basically designed to tackle huge amount of data. Okay, huge amount of data. Clear to everyone? More than 100 users can use a mainframe computer simultaneously. Okay, एक साथ आपके more than 100 users, more than 100 users can use mainframe computer. That's why they are the superpower of networking computer system. Okay, it is mainly used in network environment. They are very good for network environment. Clear to everyone? They are good for network environment. Clear to everyone? Okay. So next is, and they are very expensive. Of course, they have that much of power, so they will be expensive. Okay. One more feature is they are expensive. Okay, so common man तो चलेगा ही नहीं. Okay, and there is no use of it also for the common man. Okay, it is mainly used for the business organizations where there lot of data is used. Universities, banks, scientific laboratories, airline, railway, where huge amount of data is stored. Okay, and stock exchange market. Okay, and in the stock exchange market. Okay, so this is the use. And examples क्या है? IBM Z series, okay, IBM Z series, okay, and PDP-10 and ETA A10. So these are the examples of the mainframe, the name of the mainframe computers. Okay, student? Clear to everyone? Now, why supercomputer is called the fastest supercomputer? Why it is called the fastest supercomputer? It is called fastest supercomputer because it has huge amount of processing speed. It is the highest. It have highest processing speed. Okay, highest it has highest processing speed. Okay, it has highest processing speed, that's why it is called a supercomputer, and it is mainly used for scientific use. Okay, just like weather forecasting, space research, for satellite, it is used there, and is the biggest computer in size, speed, amount of data it can store. Everything is the highest one, so that's why it is called a supercomputer. Okay, so what are the examples of mini computer? Examples of mini computer are PDP-8 and VAX. Okay, and others you can find out. So these are the examples of your mini computer. Okay, and it is also a good computer. It is having high speed than your microcomputer. It is also good for networking environment, but for a small networking environment. Okay, but for small networking environment. Now our last question is differentiate between compiler and interpreter. First of all, both are translator. These both are translator. Okay, but we are going to learn about the difference. Okay, so it translate program. ये major difference is this. Program line by line. Okay, and it reads the whole program. It reads the whole program at once and then translate. ओके, तब वो ट्रांसलेट करता है. एक बार पहले पूरे प्रोग्राम को रीड करता है, लिस्ट ऑफ एरर्स देता है. इफ देयर इज नो एरर, इट विल ट्रांसलेट. Okay, so this is the difference between interpreter and compiler. These both are translator. They are used in high level language, where it converts the high level language into machine language. Okay, so thank you everyone. Keep watching the video. The last part of this chapter is also completed. Now we are going to revise chapter 3 in our next week. Okay.